Okay, 2. Well, at least you know what you're getting into if you caught the first one. Come on, we're going, mister. Come on. You're not starting this already. It's like I'm torturing you, son. I know what it is. He just doesn't know which way I want to go. And he looks at me waiting for me to say something. That's what that is. Yo, yo, yo. How the heck are you? Welcome to Stale Shady's thing. Dog's waiting for a command again. This way, son. Come on. Come on. You know the way. Yeah. It is Memorial Day weekend over here. That's why nobody's probably even has time for nonsense. You probably feel guilty that you're out not doing something. I'd feel guilty. I'm going to treat this as a rehearsal then. This will be a rehearsal for when people are actually paying attention. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey, come on, son. We're going this way. Welcome to the Richard Show. How the heck are you guys doing today? Trying to put a good mood for somebody around here other than me. I want you all to be in a good mood as well. There's Roni the dog. That's Roni the dog. The white Catahoula. Yo, 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 Lord. How we feeling today, Lord? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm walking my baby. And Sabrina. Yo, yo, yo. I'm just out walking my baby. I actually do this every day, but trying to anyway. Trying to put a good mood into people. I just got to be myself and stop acting, man. Here's my thought. Okay, you ready for this one? I'm going to call this show, Where's Your Head At? Because that's what I'm always thinking. Where's my head at? What am I thinking? Where's your head at? Matter of fact, the global warming. Oh, I remember you, pal. Global warming. You're on the Where's My Head At show today. I just gave this show a name called Where's Your Head At? And then like every few paragraphs or a couple minutes into the show, I'm going to say, where's your head at? Global warming. I don't feel global warming around my house. I'm freezing, dude. Look at me. This is Memorial Day weekend, global warming. And I'm wearing a coat. I think it's global chilling. Okay, pal? Nah, I get it, though. Can't deny it anymore. There is global warming. But I bet you contribute. I'll bet you do. Mr. Protest over there. I bet you fill that tank up. Right, pal? Listen, I'm only kidding, dude. I'm just trying to entertain people on this Memorial Day weekend. Hang in there with me, pal. I appreciate you even checking in. Whew. This dog's got me going again. Be something fairly, I could hang in there and do it with him. That's a bike path down there. And I just came from there. I wanted to show you guys the river, but as usual, the dog rules my life. There he goes, off the ledge. Whoa! Oh my goodness gracious. Now what, son? This guy's killing me. It's actually keeping me alive. There we go, now we're running. What is the purpose of this, son? I'm a useless physician. Here we go. I'm going to play the part of the doctor, and you all are going to be my patients, even though I'm a patient myself. So where's your head at? Is the bottom line over here, Sabrina. And Lord, man, I can't read that name, but thank you for tuning in. First of all, I'm a bad speller, and I can't see that well. I'm hoping we just chill soon. He's probably going to drag me up more hills. I won't let it happen. I'm going to pay attention this time. Shadow Man. Yo, yo, yo. Lurking in the shadows over there. My man's lurking in the shadows. He's hidden in a covert, incognito fashion. Right, Shadow Man? Yup, you said it right before me, man. I just read your John, dude. Just read it. Woo! So listen, pal. I'm glad we're on the same page, you and I over here. I'm gonna name this show, Where's Your Head At? What do you think of that name? Where's your head at? I like it. No, we are not running up into the city today. I'm not making my dog do this. That's where my head's at. Yep. I told you I was going to start doing that. Yeah. So I was driving today, and I actually saw a flea market. I pulled over just for a couple seconds, if anything, just to shoot a couple seconds for a short upload. And it was pretty interesting, you know what I'm saying? That is where my head's at. Okay? That was the second time I did this to you guys. You're gonna have to start catching on here. How old are you, bro? I'm 64, dude. That's where my head's at. You know what I'm saying there? Replace with, you know what I'm saying. How people always say, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to replace that with where's your head's at? Where is your head at? Or where is my head at? Something like that. You'll see. You'll catch on. So, man, pretty bizarre thinking for an old dude, huh? I think like a kid, man. I don't think the brain ever grew up. Both of us. You know that there's two of me in here. There's not just one, Shadow Man. There's two of me in here, cuz. And they argue with each other. These two. And they try to justify things. And they try to rationalize. Every day these two guys are at it. I lose weight over this, man. That's exercise on the brain. I gotta be careful. I'm walking past people. They're gonna think I'm a freaking idiot. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Tour bus. That means a lot of people are around here today. Do 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 do. You better be smiling out there, okay? It comes natural, but I'm still trying to put an effort out over here. Do 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 do. Little Mitzi shops, go statue place. Mother Mary, please forgive me. I don't know if you guys saw that. I wish I could be there so we could get, you know what? Dude, I think I'm coming to a decision. I'm going to somehow figure out how to get you to come on with me. And we'll do a double thing. Because I know we think alike. I got to cross my dog here. Just to change the subject, I'll get back to it. But this diner is really famous. People drive for miles to get to this diner here. Long story on that one. Oh boy, I gotta pass a police officer. That makes me nervous. Just gonna make this quick. Come on. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do. There's only one or two cops in this town, so you know damn well they know who you are. Hi there. Hi. Fire company collecting. Running up hills, crossing train tracks. Happy Memorial Day. Hope you appreciate this. Do, 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 do. Oh my God. The other dude right before you is handles called global warming. Look at the way I'm dressed. If I pulled my jeans down, you would see long underwear. There is climate change, but I think it goes in both directions. Do, 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 do. We're crossing streets now again. Running through the town of Whitehaven. There's a 600-pound egg-shaped rock. 500 pounds. I bet on it. I'm a human scale. From small weights, from a few grams up to 1,000 pounds. I'm a human scale. I'm most accurate if I could hold it. If I could hold something in my hand, I'll tell you what it weighs. Don't ask me how I acquired that town, because I don't know. Okay? But I'm a lot of human things. I'm a human thermometer. I could just walk outside and tell you what the temperature is. Don't need to look at a thermometer. Touch things, I could tell you how hot they are. You know, up until I burn my hand, right? I may not be able to tell you how cold like dry ice is. That kind of burns your hand, right? The place looks so quiet. It does. I just ran through the busiest section, Shadow. The busiest section. So I'm gonna make you my sidekick, Shadow. I think if you're interested. Me and you, man. I'll send you the link and we'll both upload. You could just show your toilet. I don't care. You don't have to show yourself. Anything. And just comment, you know. We'll keep the show rolling. Oh, we been jogging. North. Jogging. North. Doo-doo-doo. Nice motorcycle. Holding reception so far, it seems. Now this is a more typical street. Shadow, if you're still here. This is a more typical, very quiet. These streets are lucky they're paved. Where I live, they don't even pave the roads. So, oh boy. So that's where my head's at. That's where my head's at. I wonder how that's where my head's at. I wonder how that flea market upload I did before I got on you guys. I was late. Hope that gets a lot of views. That's where my head's at. Looks like I gotta pull out the old Ronies. My dog's gotta go. Oh no. Interruptions. We were just down the woods, son. You're lucky I got a bag on me. Let's do it on public property, okay? And I'll just clean it up. Oh boy. Hey, listen, you guys want to get a dog? This is what you gotta do. Okay? And you don't have to do it, you want to do it. So, if you're thinking about getting a dog, take this into consideration. That dog, we walk around like that thing's a prize when I clean that up. He's like, yeah, clean it up, Dad. Let's walk around with it and stink the whole neighborhood up while we're at it. River Raymond's back. Yo, yo, yo. I'm doing this show right now. I just gave it a title. I'm going to call it Where's Your Head At? And every 20 minutes or so, or 5 minutes, I'm going to say, that's where my head's at. What do you think of that idea, River Raymond? I tried to take the dog down the river today. He just, as usual, does everything that I don't want him to do. Getting used to it by now. Some dude, oh, here's a good one for you guys. In one of my shorts that I uploaded yesterday, one of my comments were, you don't deserve to own a dog. Swear to God, look at my comments, or you don't, something like along them lines. And his name was Schizophrenia. That was his handle, Schizophrenia. So Schizophrenia wrote me this thing in my comment. He says, you don't deserve to own a dog. So I just wrote back. I liked it. I think that's one way of reaching out. And I kind of like this guy. I gave him a like and everything. I wrote back. I don't have him anymore. I ate him last night. And that's what I wrote him back. That was pretty cool, right? That was a pretty good comeback, I think. I hope he's watching now. And I hope he chimes in. Schizophrenia is his handle. So that's where my head's at. And that's where his head's at. Trying to keep everybody smiling on this Memorial Day weekend. I'm just doing my job over here. It's not a job, it's a labor of love. Hope you guys love me, man, and you appreciate me. Because I'm telling you everything, man. I'm spilling my guts. A lot of people might say, shut up, dude. The cops are going, somebody's going to come knock. They're going to 302 you or something. But you got to stop doing this. I'm actually hearing that. So anyway, that makes you want to do it more. I think. Oh, my dog's thinking about going again. I'll just clean it up. This way, son. This way. Please. I have my bag. But, oh no, another dog. Do, 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 do. Some people love it, some people don't. Maybe I'll just chill here for a minute. Sorry to bum you out, guy, but I gotta negotiate where I'm going to and fro, back and forth, and maintain a single at the same time. That's where my head's at. I'm starting to get used to it now. That's where my head's at. Let the guy get a few feet in front of me before I continue on. That's where my head's at. Alright, let's move on, son. Let's do the move on. Do 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 do. Maybe it's a good thing nobody's tuning in, River Raymond. I'm glad you're here, pal. But that means they're out doing stuff. And they're leading a normal life. Instead of being glued to a device. A miniature monolith. Like the Planet of the Apes. Only it's our cell phones this time. And just like the apes, we're all dancing around this cell phone going, ooh, banging our chest like Tarzan. That's River Raymond. That is where my head's at, dude. Okay? I'm actually going to start putting that in the titles. That's where my head's at. Anybody, I got a little piece of advice here, man. A lot of my friends are kind of starting up here, YouTube or whatever. And they're saying, how do you get subscribers? And I think it's really easy. It's a little bit of work, but it's easy. That's not work, it's fun. Just every comment you get, respond to it. Look at the person's name. Try to make a little joke in there as you respond. And the hell, they'll subscribe to your channel. It's that easy. You might only get 1 or 2 or 3 a day if you're lucky, right? I consider that lucky. And that works. Plain and simple. They never show that in all these tutorial videos I watch. That should be second nature. Doing that. That should just come natural, but if they're going to make a whole show about it, they should mention it, right? All right, enough of that. River Raymond. Did you see the traffic light in that video that I shot earlier? Well, no, you probably didn't, so I'm going to explain it. It's a real traffic light. And it's not a small one. It's not your average size one. This thing is about 6 feet tall, and it's got 4 lights on it. I forget what colors they are. I don't know. Obviously, there's red, green, and yellow, right? But I guess there's something in between, maybe an arrow or something. So that thing was like 4 foot tall, man. I didn't look at the prices because I was in a rush just running by, but wouldn't you like to put that in your front yard? It's probably illegal. Anything that's fun is illegal. You could just say I bought it at a yard sale, and they'll slap the cuffs on you. Come on, son. And then you'll have to rat out the yard sale. Sorry. So there was a bunch of stuff there too. I'm probably gonna lose signal again because I'm walking down the hill, so I'm warning you guys. Seems like when I go downhill and away, we lose signal. But hey, you can say at least I'm trying, dude. I'm out here trying. And if there's only 1 or 2 of you at a time, you gotta be smiling, I would think. So, I'm having my fun. We're doing it together. And that's where my head's at. I was going to go down the river again today. I saw a lot of vehicles with rafts on their roof, big inflatable rafts. and they're going to go down the river today. And they're probably real excited. They had this planned out and everything. Boy, that looks like a lot of fun. And I can't wait. Come on, son. And I'll okay with this. Him. I'm trying to let him do his business over here. You know? That's where my head's at. And keeps me busy, that's for sure. And boy, I got some good munchies when I go home. Hell yeah. I work up an appetite, man. I eat like a pig and I stay in shape. That's another thing. These magic pills, they want to take diabetic drugs. And this, I'm sorry, and it's the truth, and people don't want to hear this, but you got to do a little work. This is something to do anyway. That's how I get them two people in my head to fight, go back and forth. The one wants to go out and do work, and the other one doesn't. So I let them two battle it out for a couple minutes. And then I let my dog decide. Right? That's the best way to go about things. When your two alter personalities are bickering, going back and forth, then you let your dog decide. Remember I was talking about you guys are going to be my patients and I'm going to pretend doctor? That's where my head's at. Yo, cuz. Keeping it real. Keeping it real, staying in a good mood. Hell yeah. We still got 3 more days for this Memorial, because we'll stretch it out a little longer. Whoops. There goes the dog again, hopefully. There we go. You know, wouldn't that be nice? Just not to worry about nothing. You could just sit back and just not even have to think about it for a couple more days. That's where my head's at. Boy, I really snuck that one in there. I thought I did. I thought I was being slick. All right, son, we're going back down the hill. I love when people try to be slick with me. It's like, dude, I've been there, done that a million times. Don't come up with this bullshit story for fucking 20 minutes. Sorry, I don't like the curse. For 20 minutes. Just to tell me something stupid. Man, people really, they think I was born yesterday, dude, and they think I fall for these things. Like they're manipulating me, and I let them think it because I don't want to insult people. But I love it, man. And also having to deal with a lot of people constantly. I know mannerisms. I know the way people, like I just know when people start talking about the weather, you're trying to smooth things out. Maybe you said something uncomfortable and then you'll switch to the weather conversation, you know? Listen, I told you I'm a doctor. I may not have earned a medical degree, but I'm telling you how the human brain works over here. So don't think you're getting over on anybody when you try to butter them up for 5 minutes to slip in your question, okay? Don't take this personal, anybody. It's honest to goodness. You guys are brand new to me. I love everybody. But I'm just telling you how to negotiate life here a little bit. That's where my head's at. And right on, man. Don't you think I love those likes? That's where my head's at. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. I'll tell you when I'm happy. That makes me happy. I'm not going to lie. That's where my head's at. I wonder how many times I could say that in 1 hour. I'm going to bring a book with me and try to up it each time. That's where my head's at. I'm at least up to 10 now. That's where my head's at. Boy, you can make a whole sentence that. You could look at something and say, that's where my head's at. Look down, that's where my head's at. I'll make the whole show that. And then I'll have to come up with a new gimmick. Basically, Roni's the star, let's face it. My dog is the star. If it wasn't for him, they asked him, my dog knows how to sign an autograph. I told you he was good, man. He don't know how to sit or give his paw, but he knows how to sign an autograph. That's where my head's at. So I'm coming up on people. I'm just going to try to trot by. Be polite to the rest of the world. Be polite. Be polite. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, this way, son. We're going back to the car, mister. Do, 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 do. Check this, I'm walking in front of our post office. Every town has a post office. That's one thing every town has, right? I think so, right? You gotta have a post office no matter how small you are. We only have 1,200 people and we got a big post office. They say that's a tough job. Maybe at a busy place, I could see that being a tough job, but not in a small city. I don't know if you guys can hear my notifications sound, but I need to talk to somebody. I was going to say, let me put my glasses on, but I'm wearing them. That's where my head's at. I was watching the show about light pollution, and I'm really getting the point now, because glare is a major thing of light pollution. If there wasn't so much particulate in the air, there wouldn't be as much glare. That's one of the things I learned off that light show that I was watching. The reason why things are glary is because there's a lot of particulate matter. Certain times, like after a rainstorm or something, crossing the street, you'll notice that things aren't as glary. Next time that happens, watch. Washes all that crap out of the air. But then there's water vapors going up, and that causes glare. There's a lot of things that cause glare. See, when you listen to Richard, doctor over here, you learn something every day. I'm telling you, I got my doctor's degree in psychology. I prescribe myself mad drugs. I'm just joking. That was a joke. I do mark not for kids when I go do this live. And I try to stay away from remarks like that. But, you know, I'm not a virgin over here. I gotta say something. The world does know what's going on a little bit. So sorry. I must do. Clint, my man Clint. Yo, bro. Just chilling today. Putting smiles on people's faces, I think. I'm getting in deep today. I'm gonna name my show, Where's Your Head At? And then I'm gonna try to squeeze that phrase in there as many times as I can during that 1 hour thing. And I'll count them up at the end of the show, and I'll say, oh, he said, that's where my head's at. I'm gonna say that like 50 times. I'm already up to 20 by now. That's where my head's at, dude. So, I'm serious. It's just a gimmick, you know, pal? Brighten up the society here. Mr. Gage knows where I'm coming from, man. I think him and I are definitely on the same page when it comes to certain things. And I'm always glad when he checks in. Don't feel bad if you can't make it every day, dude. Seriously. Love this guy. I love all you guys. Just got done with the training with my ex. That almost came out wrong because that's not you. I was slightly confused there for a second, but I get it now. Okay. Your axe, dude. I was playing with my axe the other day. Hatchet. It wasn't an axe. It was only handheld. I think an axe is something you swing with two arms. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. It could be handheld. I don't know that. But I was using a hatchet. And I made a little video on how to start a fire. I'm good at it, man. I used to make fireworks. I better know how to start a campfire. Showed them how you grab like dry pine needles, like small kindling, then work your way up to twigs the size of like you could hardly see, and then twigs that you can see, and then slightly bigger twigs, and then branches, and then sticks, and work your way up. You hit it with one match, and boom, you got a campfire. That's where my head's at, dude. You know? So, people are catching on to it by now, Clint. That's where my head's at. Gonna name the show that, my friend. That's where my head's at. Here's the playground that I went in once accidentally with the dog, but then I read the sign, no pets. So I never went in there again. But I accidentally snuck in the back. I didn't even know I was trespassing. That's where my head's at. I forgot to show my face when I said that. That's where my head's at. Yeah, man. So here it is. I don't know what it is, but I'm back at the park. The dog made the motion like he had to go, maybe. Maybe this time he'll understand where he's at. And if he really does have to go, then he will. And actually, I get good reception here. This truck just started up next to me. And it's relatively flat around here. So I don't gotta be hot. No, you're staying, son. No, he's not staying. All right, I'll just sit here with the car door open. I'll just sit here. Oh my goodness. Taking my jacket off. I needed it earlier, but I got a lot of exercise. Most people probably still need it because it is chilly out here. That's where my head's at. And listen, mister, my son, Roni the dog, we're not leaving yet. Look, I bring bottled water for him. I don't fool around, dude. Look, this one's slightly dirty, so I'll use a cleaner one. You see that? That's where my head's at. Oh, I forgot. That's where my head's at. There we go. There you go, you little bugger. Instead of drinking the creek, son, and the puddle, and the dew off the leaves, you get good H2O, my man. My dog understands H2O. My dog understands everything. You'd be surprised what them little suckers know. That's where my head's at. And Dr. Rich is telling you this. My therapy's free, man. You get to smile and laugh. You can laugh with me or you can laugh at me. Most people laugh at me probably. And just enjoy it, man. I try to give you guys an hour. And I'm getting used to it by now. It's starting to get really fun. I used to take it real personal, and I used to shave and stuff when they told me to shave, and I'm catching up with Clint now, baby. Won't be long, bro. Won't be long now. It won't be long now. It won't be long now. You guys are getting all embarrassed, probably. Look at that idiot making an idiot out of himself. Listen, I gotta entertain somebody out there. There's probably somebody like, I don't know, that likes that. That thinks that's cool. So, sorry if I embarrass you guys, you know? I get that a lot too. My friends don't want to hang around me anymore. It's like, dude, they think we're idiots now. Because you want to act like an idiot? I don't want to be associated with you. They're actually prejudiced like that. Oh well. I'm joking. I don't even have friends. I do. I got lots of friends, but I don't see them anymore. I talk to them. I invite them over. It's not easy, you know? When you were a block away and you could ride your bike over there, it was perfect. Now it's like, got to drive 100 miles, and it's inconvenient. All right, man. Got to head on. All right, bro. You probably left like an hour ago. See you, bro. I think I know what's wrong. I normally give them a little bit to eat right before we go out, and it's after 12. I swear I'm not looking for an excuse to roll on you guys. But there's more reasons why I have to than there is not. 15 minutes, 10 minutes aren't going to kill them. If I hear you go home now and feed that dog from any one of yous, I'll roll right now. We got up late today. He's not that hungry yet. Now you're making me feel guilty. I feel it right through the phone. Right through it. Look, I'm leaving the car door open. Listen, son, you can come with me if you want. But Daddy's on a mission to put a smile on people's faces. So, I'll commit to this. I'll let you know when I'm rolling. I don't know how much longer this will go on. Probably forever, but... because I never have nothing to say. Ever. There'll be times, though. But just not every day, man. I gotta come up with a script. So that never works neither. So the hell with it. Just gonna let you know. What flows into my brain goes into your brain, and that's where my head's at. I wonder what I'm up to now. Probably at least 25, 30. Where my head's at. That's gonna be my logo. My trademark. Today is Saturday, the 24th of May, and I'm putting a smile on your face, like it or not. Guy coming up in his bicycle. He's doing the right thing. Jumping on his bike, getting some exercise. Dude, I'm doing that someday. I'll do it while streaming, dude. I'll jump on my bike and stream. Yo, yo, yo. That's where my head's at. Oh, wait a sec. That's where my head's at. Dog's like, come on, Dad. I wanna go now. I'm tired of doing this. I don't get paid enough, is what the dog says. I can't stand that noise. Now the noise stopped. Here comes another bike. Do 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 do. Oh, oh, good. He didn't chase after it. They take the front tire off, man. I guess that shows you're a real biker. Take that front tire off, or maybe it stores. That's what it is. The bike stores better on the roof rack. More aerodynamic, maybe, and stores better. Well, at least I'm not bored, right? This isn't boring. Maybe for you guys it is, but for me, I'm standing here trying to do something. That's where my head's at. 27. And my dog's looking at me like, come on, let's go. I'm probably going to even take a ride over to where all them raft dudes put in before I even head home. That's where my head's at. And because that's how I get my jollies. I wish I could take you guys down there, man. Because I'd have a lot more to talk about, boy. That's the most interesting part of this area, is where they fixed it up the best. But as of now, there's no phone reception. Oh well, it's where my head's at, dude. And it's tough for me. Chew harder. You know that saying. Tough, you know what? Chew harder. Here, look at this. I bet you never knew what them things were when you were growing up. I know they're caterpillars, all right? Everybody knows that. But do you know what it turns into when it's done? And not just a butterfly or a moth. Do you know what kind? I bet you don't. Clint does. I know Clint does. All right, I'll tell you. They turn into gypsy moths. These little suckers, man. Right there. I'll get a close-up of it. Wow, these cameras are good. I don't think his friend made it. I don't think the friend made it. But this guy's still kicking in. Just think, if you were starving, you'd have to eat that thing. Did I tell you about the dude who gave me the comment in my last video? He said, you don't deserve to own a dog. And I was showing off my Rooney. And maybe I could have got mad, but I kind of grooved in with it. And I said, I don't anymore. I ate him last night. He was delicious. So if dude tried to hurt my feelings, or I think it was just fun, man. The whole thing. But that was great, man. How do you come back with that? If dude wanted to feed into it more, he should have said, you should have saved like the head or the balls for last. Because you always save the best for last. That's what he should have came back with. And then I would have came back with something else. You don't deserve to own a dog. And the truth is, and I'm not sticking up for myself. This gives me something to talk about. I don't have to stick up for myself. I know how good I am to my dog. The dog sleeps with me. I spoon with it. It rules my life in my house. It destroys everything. Okay? That dog's got a great life. Now I forget what I was talking about. Something about dude saying I don't deserve to own a dog and I'm not sticking up for myself. Dog has a great life. That's it. I'm done. I love when people say I'm done, but they're really not done. I got one friend that turns around and walks away. Come on, dude. Remember I was talking about people play you and they try to manipulate and put on this show? When dude says a sentence, he turns an about face and takes like 10 steps. I stand there and wait for him to turn around and come back. He wasn't done. Just like when people say I'm done, they're not done. They're just getting started. You know, that's where my head's at. You almost got me there. You almost got me. But I remembered. You almost got me. Yeah. I love that guy, though. That tells you he likes you. He's very dramatic when he's telling his story. Very dramatic. When he says his point, he turns around and walks away, man. That emphasizes it a little more. That's where my head's at. $29, maybe $30. There's the hardware store. They probably, you know what? They have cameras everywhere. They got nothing better to do. And this is where I come every day. It's the beginning of the park. It's the entrance to this park. They're probably saying, there goes that dude again. He's starting to make me nervous, this one. That's why I'm waiting for the ambulance to pull up. I'll be like, where's the emergency? And they'll whip out the straitjacket and they're saying, you're coming with us, man. Uh-oh, dogs are coming. That's where my head's at. Gotta get back to the car. I left the doors open and there's dogs coming. He's not interested, but sometimes he is, man. Sometimes I gotta pounce on this sucker. You could have came with me. I know I let you rule my life, mister. Now he sees him. Oh my God, they are so cool looking. Just real quick, it's not polite to point cameras. Wow, whoops, I can't even find the guy. There we go, right there. I love your dogs. Sorry. I love your doggies. Yes. Very cool. So cool. Oh well. I hate pointing cameras, man, but they were cool little dogs. Especially that one, it was like a miniature of like a larger breed. They got like miniature Dobermans, and that thing's a miniature of like, looked like one of them Shiba Inu dogs, a little bit. I don't know if I said that right. Well, you guys are lucky. You only got a couple more minutes. Thanks for hanging in there. At least there was one person watching me the whole time. They were probably 100 different people. But at least I held on to that one. And that is where my head's at. All right, they walked away. It's safe again. Another young couple they were. Another guy, man. They got the dogs in common. They want to procreate. The universe has programmed their brains to create more human beings. So they're like super attracted to each other. And they just want to make more human beings. They don't even know why. It's just in them. Telling you, Dr. Rich over here, man. I'm telling you how the brain thinks. It's the way the mind operates. That's where my head's at. 33. And that's an interesting subject. That's where my head was at. Most of my head's still there, but in a different way. Oh, I snuck another one in there. Just in a different way. My head's at more like being able to carry on a conversation and appreciate what other people have to say and being able to relate and not just say what you think's interesting and trying to understand why people appreciate certain things more or less. That's where my head's at, right? But when you're like 16 years old, you're more like, I wonder what she looks like, or him, or whoever, without those clothes on. And I think that person would look a lot better if I was on top of them. That's where their head's at when you're 16. Them days. They last up until you're like 30. But you're really into it when you're 16. That's where my head's at. And that was like more important than school. Well, school wasn't very important. No, I'm sorry for you young guys. For me, it wasn't. Wish I would have paid attention. Wasn't easy earning this doctor's degree without going to school, you know. I did it all in my head. That's where my head's at. Remember I told you guys I was going to try to end this show exactly on 1 hour? Well, I got a minute and a half left. And I'm going to try to end the show. All one of you guys. Thank you, by the way. On exactly 1 hour. That's where my head's at. And I think I can do it. Because there's like a 10-second lag time between the time I actually shut off. So I'm down to the last minute. So I'm going to try this really hard. And if I get it on the whole hour thing, an hour even, I promise I'll save it. But nothing was said today. I'm going to introduce my head at idea later. Conception. What's that word? All right, I'm down to 30 seconds. That means I'm going to cut off around 10. So first I got to hit this button. Then it asks you if you're sure. I can't see the numbers anymore. But I'm guessing there's like 10 seconds left. All right, now I'm going to hit this button. Listen, I love you.